Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Josh. Welcome back to the grand finals of the Alpha Navigators Cup Season 0. This is the best of 7 between TheoRy and Mixu in the top right. As the infernal host in the red trunks is TheoRy, and in the bottom left in the blue trunks as the human vanguard is Mixu. Like I said, this is a best of 7. The scores currently are 3-2, which puts TheoRy in the driving seat. He needs one more win to secure victory in this series and claim the championship. Now we're on Jagged Moor, which is a much maligned map in this early season of the closed beta. And the reason for that is these two creep camps in the middle. These are quite unique. They're called siege camps. They guard a catapult that, when secured, will mindlessly charge at the enemy's base with and attack any enemy units along the path. It tries to take the shortest route it possibly can, which generally means that this section here, which is destroyable by workers and by explosions and all that good stuff, tends to be hotly contested. And you can see right now that TheoRy, our infernal player, is setting up a shroud stone here. This will help him add some extra damage to destroy these quite strong creeps for early in the game. He's also rallying gaunts out over here as well, and it looks like his strategy this game is to capture these siege camps. Mixu, however, is also doing something similar. He's putting down a sentry post here, which will be used. I assume a lancer is going to come across the map and sit in that, and you might set up an extra sentry post to help repair this. But the imp now is starting to clear a path through the center of the map, and this map tends to play out this way, which is part of the reason why people dislike it a lot. Personally, I quite like the variation in maps and the fact that we're trying out new things. I think it's quite exciting for the closed beta. And just because this is the chosen strategy for this map doesn't mean that it's always going to be successful. So we see the mass repairs coming out from the bobs here, the infernal. But weirdly, I see it's the shroud stone that it was attacking rather than the creeps. But the catapult's already been secured by the infernal player, and you can see how powerful it is when it manages to connect with units of the vanguard side. It doesn't do friendly fire damage, so unlike most AoE damage in this game, the infernals can happily sit in its radius. I feel like having that as a feature might make this a little bit more interesting as a concept. We can see these gaunts putting on heavy pressure. Both players this time opting to stay on one base, mostly because this early pressure was kind of expected. Catapult is starting to do damage to the buildings now. It prefers damaging buildings over units, and it does a substantial amount of damage. The Lancers are getting good surface area here though. They are going to take out one of the gaunts and a fiend. The catapult is down now as well. It didn't manage to take out any buildings, so far mission unsuccessful. Another gaunt falls to the Lancers. And so far it feels like a very strong defense from our vanguard player. Another gaunt is going to fall as it's fleeing. There's a bit of chaos now. The infernal units don't seem to know where to be. This one's been left behind, left stranded. And now this siege camp is open for the taking from these lancers. Meanwhile, our infernal player has built an iron vault and is looking to stay on one base for now, expecting this siege camp. There is a fiend here, which is very interesting. Now keep an eye on this fiend, because I suspect it's waiting to steal this catapult when these lancers finish this creep camp. You can see on the map the infernal units are rallying over. There we go. Immediate take on that catapult. Very sneaky play from our infernal player. This is a very low set of lancers. They don't look very healthy at all. Now we've got the brutes in this army as well to add a bit of chunk, to add a bit of tankiness. I like this sneaky expansion from our vanguard player. This is a lucrative resource base. However, he has a lot of pressure to deal with now. This catapult is going to be inflicting ridiculous artillery damage. This habitat has not got long for this world. It is sold in the last second, which is a nice little move. Biokinetic Lab is upgrading kinetic redirects. The catapult is distracted by this expansion. Now it's decided, I don't know if that's because our Infernal player was nudging it with his units, but you can see the desperation in the defense from the Vanguard player now. Bob Overcharge committed. Nice little surround on the units, getting good service area. The Lancers attack in a line, so anything behind units that attack get damaged, so positioning of them is very important. The Bobs are doing great damage here, good surface area on that catapult. The catapult falls, a lot of Bobs have fallen in this carnage as well, however. One of the barracks has gone down. We only have 2 Lancers left to fight against this swarming infernal hordes, and the Fiends are now taking over. The snowball has begun, the Bobs are absolutely destroyed. We see mass GGs being sprayed on the map. Mixu calls it. That's GG from our Vanguard player. TheoRy goes at 4-2 and takes the series, and he is crowned our Alpha Navigators Cup Season 0 Grand Champion. So congratulations to TheoRy. A bit of a quicker cast this time. These maps do tend to be a bit quicker, but I do like the variation at least. And that was a lot of fun. This has been my first series cast for Stormgate, so I've enjoyed it a lot, and I hope you guys have enjoyed it too. I like to I've been following this game really keenly, and I might do a video at some point to talk about my thoughts on where Stormgate is and the future of it. So if you would like to see that and more casts in the future, I am certainly looking for more opportunities to cast more games. And please give me a like, give me a subscribe, and check out the new videos that I may have that come to the channel. In the meantime, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys checking this out. I hope you have a lovely day, and I will see you next time.